Rome, the Eternal City. Officially founded over 2,000 years ago and having an archaeological history of around 14,000 years, it's known globally for its history, art and culture. With modern Rome also famous for its great food, museums and lively piazzas, Italy's capital has so much to see. Join me for a tour around the famous sites and a few of the city's lesser visited but equally amazing spots. So it's a lovely sunny day in November. I'm here at the Colosseum, finished in AD 80. So over almost 2,000 years old. Currently very impressive inside. So let's have a look. Got the Colosseum app here, and it says in 438 AD, gladiatorial games were banned from the Colosseum, and it's been in decline since then. Apart from its scale and architectural beauty, the Colosseum is perhaps best known for the spectacles and events put on by the emperors of Rome. As well as bloody gladiatorial battles, animal hunts and executions, the arena has been flooded for staged naval battles. You can see the Colosseum used to be much taller than it is now. They believe there was capacity for up to between 40,000 and 70,000 spectators, but I think nobody knows for sure. Many films and TV series have depicted the Colosseum, some of the most famous being Ridley Scott's Gladiator and Stanley Kubrick's Spartacus. Walking the stadium's walkways calls to mind scenes from these semi-fictional tales and bring the history of the place alive, despite the likely dramatic exaggerations. The Palatine Hill is the most central of Rome's 7 hills and was home of the imperial palaces of ancient Rome. The etymology of the word palace actually originates from the hill's name. So we're now here on the Palatino, the Palatine Hill. More amazing views of the city. Excavations of the hill have found that it was inhabited from around 10,000 BC. The Palatine Hill has one of the best views of Rome, where you can take in the panoramic views which include ancient buildings and ruins like the Colosseum and the Roman Forum, alongside the medieval and modern parts of the city. Amazing views of the Roman Forum here. The Roman Forum was the public square of ancient Rome, where the day-to-day activities of the city took place. Over the years it was home to many structures, most of which survive only as ruins now. There are several temples where religious ceremonies and rituals took place, with the area also being used for commerce, speeches and criminal trials. Palatine Stadium, originally made for the Emperor's Walks apparently, according to a sign over there. Really loving this whole area of the Colosseum, the Forum, the Palatine Hill. Just so much history, so much to see. All the vistas are amazing, especially with this blue hour sky behind. I think with the hilly landscape as well, makes it extra beautiful. It's going to be one of the most beautiful capital cities in Europe. We headed out for a night walk, finding ourselves at the Piazza della Rotonda, the square on which the Pantheon temple sits. Having some pizza by the Pantheon. The food's so good here. It's amazing. So I'm at the Fontana di Trevi, Trevi Fountain. It's been cordoned off because there's some restorations going on. So there's not actually a fountain. They've got a little pool though here to throw the coins in. Still a beautiful monument. Just walking down the river towards the Vatican now. Had a day in Rome already, seen some amazing things. It's very different to other European cities that I've been in. It's built a lot more around piazzas, so squares, where there's various landmarks. So you'll be walking down labyrinthine streets and come out at, say, the Pantheon, for example. The Vatican City is, of course, the home and centre of the Catholic Church, and it's his own country.
What do you want me to say? Something about the Vatican?
Yeah.
I don't know anything. It's a state within a state.
And how many states within a state are there?
3. Lesotho, Vatican, and San Marino.
Facts. It's pretty exciting, about to go into a brand new country. Now we're in Vatican City. So we're here in St. Peter's Square, Piazza San Pietro, who Catholic Church considered the first pope, which was Peter, Jesus' disciple Peter. In the centre of the square we've got the Egyptian obelisk, which was erected in the 1500s in this square. We've got these, the colonnades are in the Doric style, and they've been there for over 500 years. Amazing, these colonnades. The original idea of this square was that so the most amount of people could hear the Pope giving his blessings. And we have St. Peter's Basilica, the focal point, just up here. With the famous dome, of course. Ceremonies including papal masses and audiences are often given in both St. Peter's Basilica and St. Peter's Square, with the square having a maximum capacity of around 80,000 people. March! The Swiss Guard are the elite military unit which guard the Vatican. Famous for their distinctive uniform and traditional weapons such as halberds, you can watch the changing of the guard ceremony every hour. As well as their ceremonial role, they're highly trained security forces with orders to protect the Pope and the Vatican City from modern threats, including terrorism. This is the queue to get in on a Sunday. After a late lunch, we headed north to the Piazza del Popolo, a site of public executions until the 1800s and now a beautiful city square. We then climbed up to the Terrazza del Pincio to take in the views over the city.
The terrace is known for its sunset views of the city. It also hosts a variety of artistic events, including this display of crocheted blankets, which we stumbled upon that evening. The water clock is one of the first things you come across on entering the Villa Borghese gardens from Terrazza del Pincio. Built in 1867 for the Paris Exposition of the same year, the clock was moved to the gardens in 1873.
This is the Galleria Borghese. It's full of art and beautiful interiors. So the nephew of Paul V, the Pope, had the collection.
The collection was started by Cardinal Scipione Borghese in the early 17th century. The gallery's first hall is a sight to behold. Called the Hall of Emperors after the Roman busts which line its walls, it's decorated from floor to ceiling with beautiful mosaics and frescoes. The statues and sculptures that populate the gallery are from a wide range of periods, from the 19th century all the way back to the 1st century AD. On the next floor, the grandeur continues with a host of beautiful paintings, including pieces by Raphael, one of the most highly regarded artists of the High Renaissance period.
Here at the Pantheon now, going to go take a look inside. Apparently very spectacular interior.
One of the Pantheon's most beautiful architectural features is its dome, 43 metres or 141 feet in diameter and made from Roman concrete. The central window, or oculus, is 25 feet wide, and as well as illuminating the temple with natural light, acts as a sundial as it shines across markings on the interior floor.
So the Pantheon was commissioned by Roman General Marcus Agrippa around 2,000 years ago. It then burnt down, but the Emperor Hadrian, around the year 100 AD, had it rebuilt with the original inscription, hence still saying Marcus Agrippa up there. It was a temple to Roman gods, hence the name Pantheon from Greek. Around 600 AD, it was made into a Catholic church.
One of the great things about Rome as a new visitor is the amount of amazing architecture you can discover through random walks around the city centre. Palazzo della Sapienza, or the Palace of Wisdom, was one of these places for me. Its most striking features are its courtyard and its church dome, which was built in the 1600s by architect Francesco Borromini. One of Rome's most famous squares, Piazza Navona, is also nearby. A few blocks south is another place you should make sure you don't miss.
I'm now at Campo de Fiori market. It's a farmer's market that's been going on since 1869, apparently on every day apart from Sundays.
Campo de Fiori Square was previously used for public executions, which included philosopher Giordano Bruno, who was burned at the stake for heresy in the year 1600. The statue that stands in the centre of the square commemorates Bruno and is attended every year on the anniversary of his death by Freemasons and other groups. Our trip had now come to an end, so we took a last look around the beautiful gardens of Palazzo Venezia on the way back to the airport. Rome is one of the world's most visited cities for a reason. It was great to finally see the legendary sites such as the Colosseum and the Pantheon in person and taste some of the great foods on offer. It felt quite laid back compared to many European capital cities that I've been to, especially a city of Rome's worldwide fame. I'd love to return soon and see more of the day-to-day life in the city. As always, thanks for watching and see you next time.